All right, we've got another management joining in. In fact, another debutant to the stock markets. We've got AMI Organics management joining in. We've got Naresh Patel, who's the executive chairman, and Abhishek Patel, who's the chief financial officer, joining in. Thank you so much to the two of you, and thank you so much for taking the time. You've listed at a very strong premium, and that seems to be a strong backing from the street today, and congratulations on listing day. Could you speak though first about the company, about its origins, about the products that you currently have?
Thank you very much. First of all, thanks to all our investors, and because of them and shareholders, we have this bumper listing at BSE. AMI Organics is a pharmaceutical intermediate manufacturing company along with a specialty chemicals manufacturer. Inception since 2004, mainly focusing on 17 therapeutic area, and whatever we make is we make in-house developed, and more than 400 molecules which is we are developed till now. So very strong pipeline which can be supported by very good patent and everything, and that is giving us a long-term visibility of our business.
Okay, as I understand it, gentlemen, this is part OFS and part fresh issue. Could you give us a sense as to who exited, what is the stake that was sold, and also what the use of the fresh equity is going to be put to? How are you going to be expanding the business?
See, in terms of OFS, we have offered 60 lakh share in OFS. But let me bring to your notice that none of the promoters, only one promoter out of three is selling very small 2% pre-IPO shares as an offer for sale. All other shares are offered by one of the early stage investor who invested in the company early in 2004 and who is largely exiting through the OFS. Now, from the new offering primary proceeds, we are having 300 crore as a primary proceeds, out of which 140 crore we are utilizing for the purpose of prepayment of our existing debt. 90 crore is towards the working capital requirement, and the balance is for general corporate purpose as well as the issue expenses. Company had done a lot of capital expenditure in last 3 financial year, amounting to more than 140 crore. So by this, and this is largely done through the through the debt and as well as the internal accrual, including the acquisition debt. So by this IPO, we are prepaying all those debt, and going forward, since we are geared up for the growth in future, we will be utilizing working capital funds for that to fund those working capital needs.
This is Mubina as well joining in. Congratulations on your listing. Naresh, let me go across to you again. Your capacity utilization, just in this last fiscal, what we've observed is that 1, your capacity utilization has increased substantially, and 2, your margins too expanded. So tell us, what spurred this, and will you be able to maintain or perhaps even increase the capacity and margin levels?
Thank you. In that, our capacity is increasing. It's a regular last 4-5 years. If you see, capacity is increasing in 10-15%, and currently our unit 1 is utilization at 65%, which will, whereas the new acquisitions with what we had done, bringing 2 unit 2 and unit 3, so their capitalization is 40%. So largely we are on an average we are at around 50%, which can be go every year by 10-15% of increment of the capacity, as our historically says. Whereas for the margin, whatever the growth of the 2021 is all from the volume growth, and because of the new product inclusion as well as the old product performance. So this is a combination of the product, and that is every year historically we are growing same CAGR of 20%, and that is the reason why our volume and margin both are increasing in the same.
Okay. Debt too, actually has increased during FY21 quite substantially. So if you could explain, Naresh, what led to that?
Since beginning, we are historically very conservative in a debt, but in last financial year, we got an opportunity to acquire Gujarat Organics, and that Gujarat Organics we acquired at a value of 93 crore. In that 65 crore we raised from the debt, and 20 rest is we internal close we had reinvested. This is the reason why in last financial the debt is increased.
All right. Now, one of the factors that I think a lot of people are contending with in the industry is that raw material prices have in fact gone up. Have you been able to pass those on? And also, could you take us through what the growth as well as the margins outlook is going to be in the medium to long term?
AMI Organics, right from beginning, last 1 decade we were focusing on ourselves in a self-reliance in terms of raw material. In last 1 decade we had reduced our import from 70% to only 27%. This is we achieved because of we have a very strong cost monitoring team in AMI Organics. They are continuously focusing on a raw material as well as margin kind of MIS, and we in last 1 decade we had developed several raw material in-house and given to Doll manufacture. This is how we always keep our raw material sensibility, and also the margin will always impact. Secondly, most of the orders from the exports are with a long-term contract, which is including close of the raw material price escalation and all. So that can be easily transferred if there is a price pressure coming to the raw material, can be transferred easily to the customer. So this is how any raw material related scarcity will not impacting on our margin.
Now, Abhishek, question for you, and it was just mentioned, exports are a significant portion of your sales. Are you facing supply bottlenecks at any stage? Is that affecting you? How are you contending with that? What's the impact?
See, almost all export revenue is driven by our long-term contract with the customer, and they give us a very good visibility for quarter by quarter for the year, and this is how we can plan our shipments in advance, and this gives us a confidence that we don't lose on any kind of opportunity, and all the shipments are getting smooth on time.
Understood. Abhishek, one point is that your R&D spend has gone up from 1% to nearly 2% of sales over the last 3 financial years. Is that something that will likely continue? Are you going to maintain it at this range, or even maybe increase it? And what sets you apart from your peers in the industry?
We have an R&D spend of around 2 to 2.5% of the total revenue, and even with the increased revenue going forward also we are expecting similar kind of R&D expenditure in the range of 2 to 2.5%. In terms of peers, many of the large API manufacturers are having similar kind of expenditure on R&D. So considering we are being an intermediate manufacturer, this is a commendable R&D spend we are incurring every year, and this is going to continue going forward as well.
All right, gentlemen, absolute pleasure speaking to you, Naresh as well as Abhishek. It's a stellar debut on the stock exchanges, and we look forward to speaking to you in the very near term. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, on that